tal?
Bueno, papi.
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Pura vida.
Sí, se puede hacer. Buena vida.
Pura vida, Mike.
¿Hacerlo en español o
No, English is
English?
fine.
English fine? Okay. Maybe if you can switch, if you want to switch.
That's cool.
For Spanish for the audience, your friends,
Drink
family
this?
watching.
Yes.
Just go ahead.
Buenos días.
Tell me about yourself. Name. Where are you from? How long have you been roasting from your first ever batch? Your first.
Okay. Good morning. Yeah, 4 months. Good morning. I'm Rudy Altamirano. We have our shops in Escondido, California, and then our roasting facilities and shops in Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. My first batch was in 2015. A while back ago, yeah. I love roasting. What can I say?
And how did you get into this competition? How many years or how many competitions altogether have you been
I
participating?
don't know. I think definitely a few. It's very challenging because every year you learn something new. Mm-hmm. Right? I agree with. I think you learn more from failures than winning.
Yeah.
But it's always frustrating because sometimes you adjust or change techniques and it doesn't always work. Mm-hmm. So that's the fun part about the competition, right? It really allows you to like polish yourself even more and figure out like what do the judges want, what are the tendencies, what coffees are you getting, and just trying to figure out a game plan for the coffee.
And every year, did you see an improvement in your professional career, the way you approach coffee after the competition? Is your perspective change as we are all sharing, knowledge, and you're a good knowledge sharer too? And so, do you go back home and try something different and improve maybe your roast or your approach to coffee machines? What
so that's a very vague question. Good question. I think I'm married. I have 2 kids. I run a few businesses now, so time is always a little bit more of a luxury now. But when I first started roasting back in 2015, it's like your first love, right? I mean, I was roasting every day till like 2, 3 in the morning, trying everything you can think of. Failed so many times, bought the worst coffees, bought the best coffees. And it's a fun experience because obviously every year professionally, I believe I get better. I'll thank Alliance for Coffee to allow me to roast for Cup of Excellence, and it's really polished me in certain ways. But competition is very different, right? I mean, it's 2 different worlds, so yeah.
Wow. And so now roasting on the S7X.
Yes.
What's your experience on it, and how did you approach this coffee on the S7X for the next day brewing versus at home? Like, was there a huge difference between the way you roast coffee at home for your customers and the way you do it for competition or COE?
Yeah, I think this year I adapted myself a little bit. There's a saying in Spanish that says chicle pega, which gum sticky, right? I mean, I figured, I said, hey, I'll do something slightly different. I focused a little bit more on the sweetness this year. Mm-hmm. I like clarity, I like juiciness. Obviously this geisha had both, but the sweetness really pulled me through. So I figured out, why not focus on floral, juicy, but really push the sweetness out as much as possible. As you guys can see, maybe I roast a little unorthodox, right? I mean, I like to smell the trier a lot. My favorite part is admired. I like smelling the aromatic compounds and just understanding what's happening phase through phase within like 10 to 15 seconds. And that's how I make my decisions, right? So Stronghold, I've been working with Stronghold, I think, 4 years now. So yeah, so I understand the machine very well, but at the end of the day, I mean, you can look at everybody's profiles and it's completely different, right? I would say the biggest frustration I have with Stronghold is that you can do the craziest thing and it's gonna work. Versus if you have a standard drum, you'll scorch it or you'll do under, so it's very odd because I feel like Pandora's box. You learn something, but you don't learn something. So every year it just becomes, the more I know, the less I know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom here. And in general, what is your roasting style that you like or you roast for your customer versus what you try to pull through here? Is it totally different, or
no?
Always focus on the similar things?
Yeah, it's not. Obviously, I love coffee, but I believe business is a big part of our. Well, if we don't have customers, how do we sell? Right? How do we live? So sometimes we'll buy like a lot of higher end coffees, and I don't necessarily roast my style because I don't ever want our consumer to come to our shop, buy a high end coffee, and have difficult brewing the coffee, right? So I try to make it very user friendly for our consumers. So I make adjustments depending on the coffee. Obviously, I'm very blessed. You know, I also live in a producing country, which we buy the best lots that exist in our country, and we get from anaerobics to extended fermentations to wash to whatever you can think of, different varietals. So our style, I think, is very unique in the sense I like clarity. You know, I like a very clean cup, but I like sweetness too. You know, so sometimes the coffee. You know, we were talking about this yesterday. I think the coffee, for me specifically, takes me through a journey, right? When I'm roasting coffee, it's like, what plan do I have? It's not necessarily that I have a plan, it's what does the coffee want, right? And according to what I'm smelling sensory-wise, I start making my adjustments. So it's a very fun journey, and at the end of the day, I try to give our consumers what they want, you know? So it just depends on the coffee itself.
Mm-hmm. Any favorite coffee you had this year that is really remarkable, maybe not like a super high end, but something really was remarkable for you?
Say it was last year in COE Brazil, varietal Arara, which is a hybrid between Yellow Catuai and Obata. Very remarkable. Brazilians know what they're doing. Yeah.
Nice. So from all your years of experience, can you share some tips, some mistakes, so we can learn something that we can take away today and maybe try it next week? Or advice for career in general on how to improve as a roaster?
Enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think we get so caught up in our everyday roasting and our everyday trying to improve professionally. You know, we buy high-end coffees, we buy middle, low-end coffees, and we always like want that perfect roast. But I think there comes a point in your life where you have to find that balance and just say, this is good enough, and be content. Because I think if we're never content, like, how are we happy? So just enjoy what you're doing.
Enjoy the moment.
Yes.
Basically, when you are roasting that coffee and you like it, you know it can be better maybe, but
it's
enjoying the now when what the coffee gave you at this moment.
Yeah, we had that conversation yesterday too, right? It's like, when do you say, do I change this or do I change that? There's over 800 aromatic compounds in coffee. Like, how, you know, you adjust this and this will change. You make this better and then this, so you compromise always, right? So that's what I'm saying. You just have to figure out that happy balance and stick with it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, choosing something is giving up on something.
That's right, yes.
In the roasting and in life.
Yes.
Little fire rounds, ready?
Yep.
Okay, filter or espresso?
Filter.
Light or dark?
Light.
Sweetness or acidity?
Both.
Body or clarity?
Clarity.
Fruity or chocolatey?
Fruity.
Underdeveloped or overdeveloped?
Over.
Clean or wild?
Clean.
Washed or natural?
Washed.
Fast or slow roast?
Fast.
High heat, gentle heat?
Gentle.
Convection or conduction?
Convection.
Short development, long development?
Depends on the coffee.
Okay. But if you're given like a blind coffee, you have no idea, just jump on the roaster, long or short?
Short.
Juicy
It hurts.
Juicy or syrupy?
Depends on the coffee. Every varietal is so different, right? I mean, some needs more syrupy, some want more enzymatics. It's hard.
Same thing. I gave you beans. You don't want it.
Syrupy.
I drop it
Syrupy.
and it goes.
Syrupy. Breaking my heart here.
Halogen or drum heat?
Drum.
Omni roast, yeah or no?
No.
Flatbirds or conical?
Either.
Stretching the Maillard or stretching the Devlin?
Definitely stretching my iron.
Calcium or magnesium?
Calcium.
Okay, sipping or spitting?
Sipping.
And finally, this June, Brussels or Escondido?
Whatever God has.
Whatever God has for you. Yes. Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you.
Thank you, Rudy.
Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you.